The revelation of my spouse's unfaithfulness hit me like a venomous sting, scorching my very essence. You never imagined that the person you've intertwined your life with could fracture your trust so utterly. Yet, betrayal has a vicious knack for coming from those nearest to your heart. It was a Tuesday evening when the truth unraveled before me. I'd returned home earlier than usual, eager to surprise her with an intimate dinner. Instead, I was the one caught off guard. Her phone buzzed incessantly on the kitchen counter, and without hesitation, I glanced at the screen. A message preview set my world ablaze like a spark in a tinderbox. Last night was unforgettable. Your fragrance clings to me still. Time stood still. My hands grew cold, and an unseen force seemed to crush my chest. When she stepped out of the shower, humming without a care, I met her gaze and spoke softly but firmly. I know everything. Her face drained of color, but instead of regret, she responded with chilling detachment. I'm sorry, she whispered, but my love for you is gone. 10 years of shared aspirations dissolved in that moment. I grabbed a bag, threw in the essentials, and left. The walls of our home felt like they were closing in. With nowhere else to go, I turned to my closest friend, Ryan, for shelter. Ryan didn't probe when I showed up at his door, broken and clutching a duffel bag. He simply opened the door wide and said, "Stay as long as you need to." What I hadn't expected was the presence of his sister, Emily, who was also staying there. She'd always been around, a few years younger, compassionate yet incisive, with eyes that seemed to pierce through any pretense. That first night, sleep was a stranger. I lay in the guest room, staring at the ceiling, tormented by every deception, every false smile my wife had offered. Anger bubbled within me, but I didn't know how to channel it. The next morning, Emily knocked gently on my door. "Care for some breakfast?" she asked, her tone calm yet commanding. At the table, she watched me quietly before speaking. "She doesn't deserve the pain you're holding inside." Puzzled, I asked, "What are you getting at?" Emily leaned in, her words measured and precise. "Your silence is protecting her, and she's not just guilty of one betrayal. She's done far worse." My blood ran cold. "What do you mean?" That's when Emily unveiled a shattering truth. She had seen my wife before, not only with the man from the message but with others, brazenly displaying her disloyalty in places she believed were hidden from scrutiny. Emily had kept this secret for months, but witnessing my devastation, she could no longer hold back. "She's been deceiving you for over a year," Emily said softly. "You think it's one affair? She's been living a double life." The rage that surged through me was unlike anything I'd ever felt. My wife hadn't just betrayed me once. She'd been ridiculing me, making a mockery of our life for over a year. In that instant, my sorrow morphed into a fierce determination for justice. In the days that followed, I stayed at Ryan's and Emily became my ally. She shared insights about my wife's habits, her companions, her secret routines, giving me the clarity I desperately needed. With each piece of information, my plan took shape. I wouldn't lash out or beg or crumble before her. Instead, I'd unravel everything she held dear, leaving her with nothing but regret. The first move was to expose her. With Emily's assistance, I gathered evidence, photos, dates, places. Ryan helped me compile it all into a detailed file. I didn't confront my wife with it. Instead, I sent it to those she valued most, her family, her friends, her employer. Her carefully constructed image shattered in a single night. The second move was to free myself. She thought she could keep our home, our savings, our life, but I'd already sought legal advice. Armed with Emily's account and the evidence, the divorce proceedings tilted heavily in my favor. When it was done, I had the house to sell, the accounts were divided, and she was left scrambling to rebuild. The third move was personal. My wife believed she'd left me broken, that she could walk away leaving me in ruins. But Emily was there, reminding me daily that I wasn't weak, that her betrayal didn't diminish my value. It sharpened my resolve. One evening, after weeks of planning, Emily and I sat on Ryan's porch beneath a crisp night sky. The stars quiet witnesses above. "You've got everything set," she said. "Are you ready for what comes next?" I nodded slowly. "I'm prepared to show her I can thrive." And thrive I did. When the divorce was finalized, my wife called, sobbing, begging for another chance. I stood firm. "No, I said resolutely. You had your chance. You chose your lies. Now face the consequences. For the first time, I felt liberated. Emily didn't just give me the truth, she gave me strength. She showed me that revenge isn't about tearing someone else down. It's about rebuilding yourself so radiantly that they can never reach you again. My wife's infidelity led me to Ryan's doorstep, where Emily's revelation ignited my determination. That truth became my blade, honing my will and fueling my fire. She thought her betrayal would break me, but it only forged me stronger. The truest vengeance? Living a life so bold, so fearless, that she'll spend her days haunted by what she threw away. Betrayal wounds deeply, but the one who wields the knife doesn't always come out on top.